Alright, welcome back to another video. This could possibly be the last day of peanut harvest. As you can tell, it's quite cloudy. If it doesn't rain, we're most likely going to finish with peanuts today. If it does rain, we're going to have to shut things down for a bit, wait for the rain to stop, wait for things to dry up a bit, and then continue planting. Which it would be very ideal for it to rain right after we're done planting. So let's hope we actually get some rain though. That would be nice. Yep, now we're back to planting peanuts again. We actually weren't planting peanuts for a few days. The previous video we planted that Monday, and right now I believe, yeah, it's Thursday. We were making land ready. We were making this ready. This land right here wasn't quite ready to be planted peanuts in yet. We listed beds on here actually yesterday, so now it's ready to be planted. We are still doing 78,000 seeds per acre. This is a little bit of a bigger field.
Hey, one thing, I've never gotten inside the planter before and just started planting with no problem.
I know, right? I just barely started planting too, and I didn't have a single issue. I thought I was gonna have to climb out of the tractor like 10 times again, but actually everything worked perfectly and I could just go, so that's pretty awesome.
That's pretty awesome. That's awesome.
Let's just hope it works the same way with cotton whenever we switch it over to cotton.
We'll probably have to play around for a long time to get it exactly where we want it.
Yeah, I feel like that first day of planting cotton, we're gonna have like a million issues. Anyways, this field is a little bit bigger than normal fields. Normal fields are about 120 acres.
That's perfect. I like it.
This field is about 274 acres, I believe. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is an 11 tower. So instead of a normal 7-tower pivot, this one has 11 towers. And I think we can actually do one full round on this field. It's shorter than a half-miler, what we did previous video. So there we couldn't do one full round, but here I think we can, so that's gonna be nice. Well, just as I thought things were going smoothly, my planter is now down. Headed back to that end to see if I can fix it, or let's hope we have the parts for it. Alright, headed back to where I stopped planting. Turns out the sprocket kept popping off while I was on the field here, and when we checked it over there, the sprocket itself was loose, so we tightened that up. I think that might be the problem, but also there's a little black plastic piece that keeps tension on the chain. So that was also very worn out, and I was curious if that was all of a sudden gripping onto the chain a certain way and making it pop off of the unit itself. So we're gonna see now if that fixed the problem, tightening that sprocket. And if that did not solve the problem, then we know it's that little black plastic piece. So wish me luck. Nope, it did it again. Or something anyway. See how that's worn out? That's not supposed to be like that. But now it's not planting. Oh, that's why it's not planting. That needs to be engaged. Now we're in business. All right, now let's try it. Now that it's actually engaged. Come on, please work. I don't want too many issues today. What news do you have? Oh, row 8 seems to be planting. I think we're good. Turn on my fertilizer. Sorry, inoculant. Yeah, so far we're good. Nice, I like it. No more problems. We might still have to replace all those, I guess you could call it an idler, but it's not really an idler because it's not a sprocket. You could call it a bushing, but it's, I don't know what you could call them. It's a tensioner. There you go. We might have to replace all of them, but for now we'll just, we got about, well, we already planted quite a few acres here, but we got about 240 acres that we need to plant today, and that's going to be it for peanuts, and we're hoping to get it all done today. So after today, we might have to put all new ones on there, and then we should be gold for like another, I don't know, 20,000 acres. That seems reasonable. And he's gonna finish that last round right there, and then we'll move about a quarter mile that way, no, about half a mile that way, and we got another 60-acre field right there. And doing the next 60 acres. Well, I just got word, and this is not going to be the last day of peanut planting. We were going to do another 60 acres after we were done with this 60 acres. But turns out the other 60 acres is just a little bit too dry, so we're going to send the pivot around. We're going to water it a little bit, get the ground nice and wet before we actually come in there and start planting. That field is actually not going to be, or not going to have listed beds. We're just planting straight among the wheat cover crop that there was. So that we're probably going to do another day. I'm not quite sure when we will do it, but that will be another day. I don't know what we'll do else today, because this right here, we already did like 20 acres. We're going to finish this within like 2 hours maybe. So I don't know what else we're going to do today, but I guess after this we'll find out. All right, we're done with the field. I'm just gonna fold up here now. Since we are done, gonna move back to the shop. I just gotta take out these pins right here. I can get this clamp off the back there. Take this guy, store it back right here. Put it back right there. And then I gotta take off these chains. Doing this one-handed is a little bit difficult. And people always ask what these chains are on here for. These chains, or cable actually, these cables actually help keep the planter straight since it is quite wide. It helps keep the planter from wobbling back and forth like this. You get a little bit straighter rows. So that's why we put them on there. You don't have to put them on there, but they definitely help. And then same thing on that side. And since we're done planting for a little bit, I'm just gonna close this valve right here to where it doesn't drain itself. Get this pin right here. If you're wondering what these pins do, these pins just lock the wing down. We've had it happen before where if we didn't put the pin in and one wing just slowly started lifting up, and then the whole planter wasn't level, so we had to make sure to put the pins in there every single time. It's a little bit difficult with one hand. All right, I'll just set you down right there. All right. Now we're gonna fold up and head back to the shop. So we're just gonna fold up. This takes a while. easy as that. Can't forget to put my hazards on. And we're off. We don't have to go too far. We just have to make one turn up ahead here, and then about 6 miles down the road, and then we'll be back at our shop. The next peanut field is actually going to be that field right there, but that's gonna have to wait a while. All right, so we're Monday now, or we're in Monday, and we're finally back to planting peanuts. And since we weren't planting peanuts for a few days, we had to figure out a few kinks again. We are still planting 80,000 seeds per acre, but this field we're planting, you could say no-till, because there's just this wheat stubble. We swat this, baled it, now we're just planting into this wheat stubble. So we actually had to have our pressure for our airbags about 160 pounds, or at least that's what I have mine set to. The ground is a little bit harder, so I'm trying to make sure all my units are staying in the ground, because we are going quite deep, so the more pressure the better. I don't want my units coming up out of the ground and not planting as deep as what they should. I want my depth to stay very consistent. So far it looks like we got everything figured out, and it's working again. We are getting close to done. Got about 2 towers left. You can start seeing an end to the peanuts. Which after this, we're probably going to switch back over to cotton. I don't know if today yet, or maybe tomorrow. One of these days we're gonna start planting cotton again. Ah man, well, that was my bad. I completely forgot to film the last pass that I did, because now we are done. I'm headed back to the shop. This blue thing is, by the way, this is our peanut basket. That's what we're going to use for peanut harvest. But anyways, I was busy trying to see how close I could get with my seed and my fertilizer, but I forgot to film it, so that's my bad. But hey, we are not done with planting peanuts, so that's exciting. I'm really happy with that. Now one thing that I got to do on this field right here, we do need to spread fertilizer on it, so I'm gonna head back to the shop here, hop into the spreader, spread fertilizer onto the field, and then we're gonna empty out the planters, get all the peanut seed out of there, probably fold up, and possibly move to the next field where we gotta go to, or we'll just leave them here. Where that part we're not sure yet. But as for now, I'm gonna go spread some fertilizer. And here we go, spreading almost 25 miles an hour. This shouldn't go by too long, or this shouldn't take too long. It's only 60 acres. Nice. So our reason for spreading fertilizer on this field after planting instead of before planting is because we have that yellow on there, the yellow herbicide, and that helps keep weeds down. And if we would spread that out and then plant, the planter kind of moves the dirt a little bit on top, so then it would remove that yellow herbicide right there where the row is, and then you'd get weeds that would come up right there. So we wanted to apply this afterwards and then water it in. That's the reasoning behind it. You could do it before and then without the yellow, and then spray yellow on it after planting, but this is just a little bit easier. And if you were wondering, we're doing about 180 pounds to the acre. No, the screen is not flickering like that. The camera just picks it up weird. I don't know why it does that, but it does. But we're covering acres pretty quickly, especially going 25 miles an hour. Love how fast you can cover acres with this spreader. It's a lot of fun. My cousin is somewhere around there. He's actually turning this pivot on. Should be watering here shortly, and we'll water all this fertilizer into the field. So now I'm just double spreading. I already spread it here by the pivot, but I had a little bit extra. I knew I would have a little bit extra, but I wanted to for sure cover the entire field, and then whenever I had extra, that I would just lower my rate. I now put it down to 50 pounds, so then I can just spread out a little more across a bit different area here, because it has that yellow on there, so that the field for sure has to get all of it covered, or else we would run into weed issues later and whatnot. So I'm okay with spreading a little bit extra here and there. That part will be fine. This little bit will be a little bit extra rate with fertilizer. That's fine. As they always say, whenever you do anything on the farm, it's just a test plot. That's all it is. And I think this is the pass where I'm going to run out of fertilizer. We need to fix this back window. Every now and then it'll open itself up, because it's like very shaky in the cab and everything. But as you can tell, I am almost out. I might just up my rate just to empty it out so I don't have to do another pass. I'll do that. I'll put it back up to 180. Last little strip here will have a little bit extra. Just trying to get that 100% empty. Yeah, I like that. There you go. Yeah, we're basically empty. Just in time, right as I reach to the end right here. Perfect. I like it. We're done spreading. Planters are empty. No more peanuts inside the boxes. We're now folding up. Gonna head to the next shop. That's where we have all of our cotton seed discs, and we got all the cotton seed there. So we're gonna head that way, make them ready to plant cotton, and we're probably gonna start planting cotton tomorrow. All right, road trip time. This is probably gonna be about 1 hour of driving, so it's not too bad. And planters are now ready to plant some cotton. All right, well, it's a late one. Wow, that air conditioner is high. Turn that down. It's already a late one. It's 9:30. Finally about to go home, so I do appreciate y'all for watching. We're probably gonna, actually I know we are gonna be planting cotton tomorrow. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.